Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. What's going on, guys? Austin Pernice here, back again with the God in the Game podcast. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas if you guys celebrate. And I just pray a blessing over your holiday season as you're approaching New Year's Eve and New Year's. One thing I ask that you guys do is have some sort of New Year's resolution, whether it be big or small. I pray that you continue to grow in your faith and you continue to put God first, be a godly man or woman, and go out and pursue your faith. Go out and preach the gospel more. I pray that you increase in boldness as well. I had a great Christmas and I hope you did too. It is so good to be home, to really relax, rewind from this past semester, and dive into this month that I have at home with family and growing in my faith. And one more thing is the Passion Conference, which I'm going to this next week. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing, and I will fill you guys in when I come back. So let's get right into it. Enough of the introduction. Welcome back to another episode of the God in the Game podcast. I'm your host, Austin, and today, today, the episode is about secular music. I've been wanting to do this episode for a while now, and I just feel that this is the best time. This was really God's timing of helping me be ready and know when to put this episode. And I can relate to this very well, and I hope that this episode is an eye-opening episode for you, and that you really ask yourself a few questions after tuning into this episode and realizing how powerful music is. So I'm going to start out with the definition of the word secular. Secular means worldly or temporal, not pertaining to religion. Temporal means temporary, means only a small amount of time. So, if you guys don't know, now you know, music has power. Music is so powerful and it influences our lives more than we can even know or see. Music influences our soul. I'm going to give you guys my little testimony of secular music, and I hope it impacts you, maybe even convicts you a little bit. So, growing up, I was surrounded by so much music, going to church on Sunday and going and hearing the hymns and whatnot, and then going home, hearing the music in school. And then I had my brother who loves music and he loves like the old school music. So my music genres that I know of and that I've heard a ton. And it wasn't until like beginning of high school where I began to actually dive into music more, see what music I loved and I liked, and went from there. And probably where a lot of you guys are now, we can relate with each other that when we were in high school, the hip hop and rap really succumbed us. And for me, it played a huge role because um, all my friends loved it in high school. That's what you get. That's the type of music that you adapt to more often. And it it really, I mean, yes, there's amazing types of music out there that are secular. There's some great secular artists, but I'm focusing really on like rap music and hip hop more so. Because past decade, hip hop music and rap music have increased in popularity a lot, and it really has been changing our society and the teenagers that are finding the new music now. So for me, I loved it, but wasn't aware of the power that it really had for me. Um, for me, it was telling me that doing X, Y, and Z was okay. For instance, cursing is okay. You know, in almost every single hip hop or rap song, there's some form of cursing. And in a lot of rap music now, a lot of artists can't even go one verse without cursing, and that really shows you a lot. So for me, it was really telling me that smoking weed was cool. It was telling me that going out and partying was good for you. You know, it was instilling these thoughts in my mind, implanting these thoughts in my mind that doing all this stuff that is highly talked about and rapped about is perfectly fine, but it's not. So I am now like I want to say I'm will be a year clean of like secular music. Yes, there might have been times where I heard a few songs here and there, but like I only really listen to Christian worship and Christian rap music. Yes, Christian rap is a thing. Yes, Christian rap is good. Um, and Christian rap has no curses and it doesn't talk about the worldly things. It actually glorifies God and praises God in a lot, if not every single Christian rap song that I know. Now, reasons why people listen to secular music. The top reason that I found, and the one that was the reason for me, was to fit in with the culture and to fit in with your friends. My entire friend group and the popular kids in my school, all they listened to was the rap music. Like in my school growing up, like in high school, it was like J. Cole, Kanye West, 21 Savage, Migos, Drake, Future, Juice World was the big one. X, Mac Miller, like all of that group. And another reason is that that type of music allows us to have a commonality with someone, with our friends, and it brings in a topic of conversation and stuff that we can talk to our friends about and have a conversation about. So you might enjoy that type of music for that reason, so that you have things to talk about with your friends when you guys hang out or when you guys see each other, etc. But but we have to be careful for what we allow to enter our body and allow to enter our mind, eyes, and ears, because whatever we allow to pass into our body, it plays a role in our lives and it influences the way that we talk and act, and it goes straight to the heart, and then your behavior starts to attune to what you have been actively listening to. You know, the music takes over and you think it's okay to have sex with so many women. You think it's okay to have more than one girlfriend or wife. You start thinking it's okay to idolize these artists, to take drugs, to smoke, to drink. Um, you think it's okay to chase money and to idolize money because that's a lot of what these rappers and these artists are talking about and rapping about in their music. Secular music tells you it's okay to curse, it's okay to murder, it's okay with doing so many of these things. But then it alters our brain and our brain chemistry because what you think is what you say and how you act and who you start to become. So I asked you, when you're listening to a song, whether it be secular or not secular, ask yourself this: what message is being conveyed with this song? What is this message telling its viewers to do or to think? Take that period of self-examination to ask yourself, would my parents okay listening to this music while I'm around them? Or will they ask questions? Yes, we are older. Yes, if you're like me, you're a full-blown adult, and you might think it doesn't matter of what my parents think about my music because it's my music. But in a sense, the music that you're playing, and if you're playing it out loud around your family or whatnot, it's a form of respect, and your family might think that you are going down this road into that secular route, and you might be doing some of the things that the rappers are talking about. Like when trust me, I was a huge fan of Juice WRLD. I loved his music, but I never took that point a time of self examination to think and ask myself, what is he saying? Until this year, really, when I went back and put on some of his songs and really was like, wow, he just talks about popping pills, smoking, doing drugs to numb yourself. Like, yes, I might sound hypocritical for those of you that know me, but I actually done a lot of research on this, and it's just, why would you allow your mind to be filled with these songs and these lyrics that have the power to transform who you are and how you act and how you behave? If you are a fan of Lil Uzi Vert, I recommend you stop being a fan of him. He has openly said that he worships the devil. He has openly said that any of his followers that like his songs are going to hell with him. He is demonic. All right. You allow yourself to open your body and soul to those demonic spirits anytime that you listen to any of his songs, but not just him in general. Trippy Red, you know, that whole genre of rap artist. Lil Uzi Vert has said that his music is hypnosis. It puts you under a spell to think that what he's saying is okay. Ask yourself that. Do you want to be under hypnosis and under a mind controlling fleet? As a Christian, we are told in 1 Corinthians 10, verse 31, whatever you do, do all for the glory of God. That means whatever music that you listen to, do it for the glory of God. And that is why I have found a passion for Christian worship music and Christian rap, because it glorifies God and it is truly amazing music with amazing beats and amazing instrumental. Like I found a passion for drums and guitar and piano through that type of music because it really shows the beauty of music. It doesn't talk about having sex. It doesn't talk about sleeping with women over and over again. It doesn't talk about killing people or popping pills or doing drugs or smoking weed or chasing after money. It talks about finding your peace with God, allowing God to take control of your life, allowing yourself to put God first so that He can bless you and provide for you because He will. I'm gonna read three more Bible verses. First is Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 5. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and idolatry. And verse 8. But now you must put them all away: anger, wrath, malice, slander, and obscene talk from your mouth. Next up, James 1, verse 26. It says, if anyone thinks he is religious and does not tight rein his tongue, but deceives his heart, this person's religion is worthless. That's powerful. And the last verse, Matthew 15:11. It is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a person. All these secular music, they just talk and talk about these worldly things that really bring you down. They don't provide any um, eternal satisfaction or happiness. They suppress emotions, and you start to think that all of the cursing is perfectly fine and it's okay to do so. I know a lot of people who they can't have a single conversation without a curse word coming out of their mouth. It says right here, what defiles a person is what comes out of their mouth. How you speak is going to show who you are, and how you act is going to show who you are. Your behavior is going to show who you are. And who are you? If you truly call yourself a Christian, a godly man or a godly woman, then are your actions backing it up? And this is a big reason why I switched from secular music, completely got rid of it, deleted it from my Spotify playlist altogether, and found Christian worship music because of my new church that I've been going to. Fell in love with it and really opened my eyes to the beauty of music. And I pray that you do the same thing, that you feel convicted from this video and that you start to delete the clutter from your life. This could be your clutter. If you tune into the last episode, I talked about removing the clutter from your life. The clutter is what drags you down, that causes you to have stress, and that causes you to become distracted and pulls you away from your faith. Secular music, it could be your clutter, and you really need to ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this fulfilling my soul? What benefits me from actually listening to secular music? Create yourself a pros and cons. I bet you're going to have more cons than pros on that list. If you take this analogy and relate it to secular music versus Christian worship music, think about healthy food versus junk food. Which type of food is going to allow your bones and muscles to grow, to give you the proper amount of nutrients to survive and to feel good and feel healthy? It's going to be the health food. It's going to be the food that is rich in protein and carbs and fats and water, and carbs. The junk food. Yes, the junk food might have 1 or 2 grams of protein. It's gonna have more fats. It's gonna have more carbs. It's gonna have more sugar, What are you putting inside your body so that you can have a healthy body? If your goal is to get the best physique possible, if you're going to the gym constantly, what's gonna help you? If you just stuff your face with sweets and sugars and cake and cheeseburgers and French fries, pizza, um, candy, are you going to build muscle? Are you going to feel good? I guarantee that you are not going to. See, secular music is the junk food for our soul, and then worship music is the healthy food that we are told that we need to have in order to live long, in order to live a healthy, clean life. What are you gonna feel better eating? Ask yourself that when you were deciding what music to put on. How are you gonna feel after after listening to this this song or this artist? See, we were made to worship and praise, and how can we do that if we are fulfilling our mind and souls with this hip hop and rap music and idolizing these secular artists? One in particular that I've been having a hard time liking is Taylor Swift. Um, no hate to all the Swifties, but really think about what she stands for, who she is, the music that she's putting out. Um, but don't just think about that with her. Think about that with every single artist that you listen to. Secular music draws us away from God when we are called to grow closer with Him. The last question I have for you to ask yourself about this topic: do you think this artist is someone you want to be like? Do you think this artist could be a positive role model in your life that's going to help you to grow? Or is this artist going to just drag you down and fulfill your mind with negativity and pessimistic values and beliefs? Thank you so much for taking your time and tuning in to another episode of the God in the Game podcast. I really hope and pray that this episode has impacted you. Maybe you felt convicted, and I ask that you really take time to self-examine, figure out what it is that you want to do, figure out the choice that you need to make, or the sacrifice that you need to make to take yourself to the next level. It's going to be 2024. This year flew by. What did you do with these past 365 days? What music were you listening to help you grow? And bring that question in with you into 2024. God bless you. I hope you have an amazing day. Tell someone that you love them and keep God in the game.